Hello. For this video, we're going to investigate how to factor a quadratic trinomial. For this particular quadratic trinomial, we see that the leading coefficient is 1 and the value of b is close to 0. Now, there are many methods that we can use to factor this. However, the method that we are going to review in this video involves a shortcut that may be useful when trying to determine two numbers that multiply to give us negative 648 and add to give us positive 3. Now, fortunately for us, the value of b is close to 0, and this particular method is ideal in this situation. So since the value of b is close to 0, we can actually estimate the values of the two numbers that we need that multiply to get 648 and add to get 3 with the square root of 648. So if we take the square root of 648, we can estimate this as 25.4558441. So if we have a calculator with the square root function, this method is ideal. Next, since we have this particular estimation, we know that the numbers that we need are going to be close to this value. Now, if if we want to determine what those numbers are, we can start by trying numbers that are lower than this value or greater than this value. Now, if we try numbers that are less than this value, we are more likely to find a factor more quickly. So first, let's try 25. If we try 25, we get 25.92 when we divide. So because this is not a whole number, 25 cannot be one of the numbers that we're looking for. So now let's try 24. When we divide 648 by 24, we get 27. 27 is a whole number, so we know that our two numbers are 24 and 27 because when we multiply them together, we get 648. Now we need to ask ourselves, which one do we make negative and which one do we make positive? Since we have a positive 3 as our value of b, we know that the 27 is going to be positive and the 24 is going to be negative. Therefore, our factors are x plus 27 and x minus 24. Now let's try another one. Let's say we have x squared minus 5x minus 10,706. Again, fortunately, the value of b is close to 0. So we can take the square root of 10,706. We get approximately 103.4698024. And then once again, we can try values that are less than this number to see if we are able to determine what the two factors are that we have to multiply to get 10,706. So we could try 103. That does not give us a whole number. We can try 102. We still do not get a whole number. But when we try 101, we see that we get 106. Therefore, we know that the two numbers are 106 and 101 because they multiply to get 10,706. And since we are looking to get negative 5 for our value of b, we know that our factors are x minus 106 and x plus 101. All right. So now for the next one, feel free to try it on your own, and then we can check. All right. So let's go ahead and check this out. So we have x squared minus 6x minus 2016. Once again, we see that the value of b is close to 0. So we could take the square root of 2016 and we get this approximate value. And once again, we can just try whole numbers that are less than this. So if we try just 44, we do not get a whole number. So let's go down to 43. Okay, we still do not get a whole number. So let's go down to 42. So when we divide 2016 by 42, we get 48. So therefore, we know that our two numbers are 48 and 42. Now we have to answer which one should be negative. Since we have a -6, we know that the 48 should be negative. So the factors are x minus 48 and x plus 42. All right. Now, I would also like to mention that this particular method works if we know that the quadratic is factorable um, over the set of rational numbers. However, if it is not factorable, then we can also use this method to facilitate the process of making that determination because we will not get a solution to this particular scenario. All right, now for these problems, feel free to pause the video and work on them on your own, and then we can check them. All right, so let's see what the answers are. Yeah, so we see that for x squared plus 4x minus 3,360, we get x plus 60 times x minus 56. For x squared minus 5x minus 146,300, we get x minus 385 times x plus 380. And for x squared minus x minus 308,580, we get x minus 556 times x plus 555.